Yeah, we do think it could get worse in Q4. I think when we're looking at the Q3 results, it was a big, it was a big surprise miss. We were expecting, a small positive adjusted EPS, and so that negative adjusted loss per share of 33 cents was a surprise. And we think that the biggest reason to that is sort of the market dynamics around aluminum pricing as well as alumina pricing. And so that was really the biggest delta to consensus in our view, along with the fact that some of these energy spot price exposures, they addressed this in the last call, talking about really only having around 5% exposure to European spot energy prices. But there is, a major EBITDA loss at two of their major sites this quarter. One of them being in Norway, the other one San Ciprián in Spain. And we think that, these two sites are going to continue to be an issue. However, the silver lining here really is that they have agreements in place, especially in the Norwegian smelter, in the short term to really alleviate some of the spot price exposure of the European natural gas prices. San Ciprián in Spain is going to be a longer term issue because they do have 75% of their energy consumption tied to renewable energy, but those are projects still in the pipeline. They don't have that energy price today, so still exposed to those, those high European natural gas prices, which are hurting earnings now. So we do think it could get worse in Q4 before it gets better.
And especially considering that, yes, we are seeing these short-term massive energy price impacts, but there's not necessarily any kind of pathway that we are going to see any relief in that respect, considering all of the issues that the world is currently facing. So in terms of them being able to perhaps hedge, is there any movement in that direction? Because this is an issue that's been plaguing a lot of the big smelters when it does come to Europe. Are they at risk at all of having to shut down like a number of them have already started doing in different jurisdictions?
Yeah, we do think that the Lista smelter in Norway, which had about a $47 million EBITDA loss in Q3, could be a smelter that they're looking at to actually curtail or completely shut down. It is in the agreement that they could do that. The one in San Ciprián in Spain is a little bit harder because they do have some agreements. They have an agreement to restart it fully by 2024, and that's about the time when they will have some of the agreements for, the renewable energy and wind. We do think, though, really Alcoa as a long-term investment is really positioned very well, because what's important for aluminum today and in the future is the long-term agreements for renewable energy, because we do think that having that green aluminum is going to be really important for end markets in the future. And we think Alcoa is actually very well positioned with around 81% of their smelting capacity already consuming renewable energy, most of that hydro. And so we do think that they're well positioned for the future. We do think, however, that there could be headwinds for these two sites in Europe that could continue to post negative EBITDA and be a drag on earnings in the next couple quarters for sure.